So are you like
so
technology hater? You think everything that's
No.
is bad?
No. I love
You think we should revert?
Technology is my dad.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to We Don't Know. And today we are going to be talking about. We didn't really say a title for this one.
No, we don't have a set title.
Are we responsible with money, or trying to prove we're responsible with our money? Hey guys, we messed up the topic. And the actual topic is reality then versus now. What, you want to redo it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, we messed up the topic. The actual topic is reality then versus now.
Yeah.
I say that right?
We kind of did a
Oopsies. Well, we had the topic, and then we realized we were talking about a different topic that we had in our episode list.
Yeah.
So we're just making it that one. So
yeah.
Reality then versus now. That's the episode.
Yeah. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have a rundown of a few things that we think that the general community in which we live in wastes money on. And we're going to put them into a list for you guys.
That's true.
Yes. So, first off, let's talk about the economy.
The economy?
Yeah.
What do you want to say about the economy?
Basically, inflation.
Gas prices.
Gas prices.
That's how you're going with?
Heck yeah. Like, I don't know. There's a lot to be said about it, but I feel like we're not the most expert people on the economy.
Do you know what? I just don't understand. Like, I cannot comprehend how we're functioning as a society.
I think about it a lot,
because of the amount of like debt like the U.S. is in.
Yeah.
Like, theoretically, like, shouldn't every dollar bill like every citizen own? Shouldn't it mean nothing because of how much debt we're in? Like, why does the value of a dollar still have something if we're like something $1 trillion in debt?
Because the government said
because I don't exactly. I don't know. That's a good point. That's something I don't understand, because I know we're like so far in debt, and that's why inflation's up and whatnot. But if we're so far in debt, shouldn't we be? Isn't debt below zero?
Yeah.
So how does the money I have any value?
I don't know. We don't know.
That's been a question I've always had. I'm like, I don't understand how I'm functioning as a human being.
That's true. I've always thought about like how businesses like build off of each other. Like how one business cannot thrive without every single other business.
This is true.
In theory, you know, like
just without having competition, or?
Well, yeah. Well, what I think of first is like my work, where I work, at a burger restaurant, where we rely on a company to provide electricity, and we rely on a company to provide gas for vehicles to deliver food, and we rely on electricians to come and make sure that our equipment is working properly.
Yeah, because you got to pay like electrical bills, and electrical bills go to a company.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
And they also rely on car companies to provide their employees with means of transportation so that they can get there and work. They rely on banks and money transferring agencies to get money to their employees.
Yeah, it goes a lot deeper than I ever thought.
There's bakeries for the buns. There's ranches for the meat. Tons of things.
Aren't those just called factories, bro?
Nah. Not if you're...
If you're mass producing one thing, that is called a factory, my friend.
Yeah, but if it's good quality...
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've always been intrigued by that. How like almost every single industry cannot survive without every other industry. Yeah.
How do you? Yeah, I don't know what you. So if one of them crumbles, do they all crumble?
If it's big enough, yeah. Like,
so what's one that would crumble society?
One that would crumble society.
Gas.
As it would crumble society as we know it. It wouldn't end our
Yeah, it wouldn't end
our
our
world,
existence.
but like, yeah, that would cause a insane amount of change. Not only just through means of transportation, but also like heating and construction and things like that.
That is true.
Because that also includes not just like petroleum for like cars and stuff. That also includes like gas for heating houses and other things.
That's true.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
stoves.
Yes, exactly.
Cooking.
Like we could survive without it. I mean, people survived without the use of like gas fuel for.
How much do you think? Because we're so technologically advanced nowadays than we were 100 years ago.
Yeah.
How do you think society would function, like, just tomorrow we revert back to what technology was 100 years ago?
It would probably be one of the greatest cultural shocks of all time.
Well, yeah, no dip. But, like, yes, of course it would be a cultural shock.
Yeah.
But, like, how do you think society would actually work? Like, do you think we'd all suddenly go at each other's throats and murder each other? Or, like...
I mean, I can't say no to that. I feel like people would definitely act much more violently, especially considering the fact that we live in a world that
But
is
why?
very...
Why would we act more violently if we lost cars, social media? Dang, wait, were cars 100 years ago?
100 years ago, I believe cars existed, yes.
Okay, you go back to where we don't have cars anymore.
Uh-huh.
Well, like, what do you think society would be like tomorrow? Us.
Tomorrow?
How would we react if tomorrow we didn't have cars and anything beyond cars?
How would... let's see.
I don't know, man.
We would have
a house with lighting.
We'd have a house with electricity. We would have... maybe have TVs? If we did, they would be very, very not
Yeah, they'd
good.
be very, very old.
It would-
You wouldn't be able to do anything You couldn't watch your movies of choice.
Yeah.
Your TV shows. You could not
Uh-huh.
even play video games.
They wouldn't have existed.
No.
I don't
Not
think.
even Atari.
Yeah.
When did Atari come out? Like in the 70s?
Probably.
60s maybe? Late
Probably.
60s at latest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Atari's old.
Atari is old. It's
But
like 44 years old now.
yeah, what is it? Mario just turned 35.
That's crazy.
My dad's older than Mario.
Whoa.
Like my mom and dad have told me stories about like when they were in high school, in college, them
Uh-huh.
playing Mario and Sonic for the first time.
Whoa.
Because it just came out.
Well,
And they were in
crazy.
like high school. Like they weren't even young.
Huh. That's crazy. That's an interesting thought. I feel like the world, or do you mean like the world would, or like just our community would revert to 100 years ago?
The
'Cause
world.
The world. Oh my gosh. that
Well,
would
because
be-
if our community, like, I don't think that'd be a big deal. You just take a 2-day walk to Layton. Then everything's back to
Yeah.
normal. 2-day walk to
Oh,
Layton.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Yeah, I think, yeah, if it was the world, I feel like people would get very, very frustrated. Because we live in a world where instant gratification is
I was gonna say, I think the biggest
available.
thing would be is our form of entertainment these days is just gone.
Yeah.
Which is just like blows my mind. It's like, how did people entertain themselves before what we have now? Like, was it really
They
just
actually
sports?
talked to each other.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
but like that's so confusing. As we can text our friends, like even like, our friends that live up the mountain.
Yeah.
like 100 years ago, like if we wanted to even hang out with those guys outside of school, we would have to go walk over there.
Yeah.
Like realistically, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'll walk up to Fred's house because he's 2 houses down.
Right.
I'm not gonna walk to John's house.
Yeah.
But that's like how you would need to communicate with them. So like, guarantee our friend group wouldn't be as close or hang out as nearly as much as we do if it wasn't for I don't know, technology.
Yeah.
Because like, honestly, I feel like maybe our whole group, I think we're all pretty good at doing stuff together, like socializing with each other. There's a couple exceptions. There's times when we're all on our phones and we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I think overall, probably compared to other kids our age, we're all really good at talking to each other.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
So there's a whole aspect of our social lives that would just disappear if we didn't have technology now.
That's true.
I don't even know if you and me would even be friends, honestly. Not like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
We would have seen each other in kindergarten and first grade, and then we fell away. I don't know if maybe we would have come back together in 9th grade still, but like, the only reason why we came back together in 9th grade still is because I got like Emily and Drake's number, and I started hanging out with them, and we just ended up being in the same group again.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have either of their number, would we have gotten close again?
Well, I think there's a chance that you still could have found them and like made friends with them.
So okay, maybe we do become friends again. I don't know if we're still as close as we are now.
Oh, I don't think so. Or it'd at least take more time.
It would all friends in our friend group would kind of just turn into like school friends.
Yeah.
Like just those friends you talk to in your class. Like our friends at school, they would just be like, oh, this is who I sit with at lunch. That's what it would turn into.
Yeah.
And that's if, with the technology disappearing, like, I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, there definitely would be a very different social aspect to our lives. And very different.
Dude, memes wouldn't be a thing. How did, like, internet, like, there's so many jokes you can just make with anyone.
That's true.
Like, because there's the internet, we have a common ground with almost, like, anyone. Because you can say, what are those?
Yeah, facts.
And anyone will get what it means. You don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
What?
Can't believe you just said one of those.
What? What other meme do you want?
A dab.
See, dabbing wouldn't be a thing.
Oh my
gosh. Nor with the whip and nene.
Whoa, wait. That was kind of weird. Yeah, I guess any influence we ever got from the internet just wouldn't exist.
2 guys chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay. That's an old one.
That is an old one.
That's a very old one. That's like my brother.
That's
He was
old.
probably like junior high.
Yeah. Man, businesses would have a hard time.
What were businesses even like back then? Before...
It was like...
Because I know there's like the hand cart company.
Yeah, there's like...
So they're like,
companies.
businesses existed.
I don't know.
And there were still like establishments.
They weren't as diverse just because it was more difficult. I imagine like a hotel. Like, obviously they had staff and stuff just like we would normally, but they wouldn't have as many connections to other businesses, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they would have a connection to a
Dude, that
business
even goes
that
back
made,
to, like, the
sheets.
Pony Express.
Yeah.
Like...
That's what it would be like. It would take a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Is with our technology, like, just communication would drop.
Yeah, I mean, we'd still have like radios and like the wires that
Yeah.
we use signals for. Like they had those back then.
Yeah.
But
it's still like
yeah.
you have to tune in at a specific time when it's.
Yeah.
Like it's still just communication is like just becomes so much harder.
Yeah, and it'd be difficult to obtain the means of using one of those. Because they were usually used for like railroad companies.
Dude, have you
government things?
You've been in my grandma's house, right? Where we played pickleball?
No.
No?
No, I have not.
Have you played pickleball at my grandma's?
No, I have not.
What? Where have you been all the times we've done it?
I don't know. Not there.
Okay, well, never mind then. You don't understand what I'm going to talk about. But she has one of those big old radios, like the first radio.
Oh.
It's like huge. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's literally like that big.
That's cool.
That big. I hope you can see that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But like that was the first radio. It's huge. Radios are on our phones now.
That's true. We can have a radio that's like that big now.
My dad, when he went to the Super Bowl for his job, they had like little radio like earpieces, and you'd tune into the radio, and you could just listen to like the radio on your ear.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And my grandma's first radio was huge, and she still has it. It's like a decoration in her house, like by her couch. That's why I was gonna point it out to you, but you haven't been in there.
Right.
But
that's really cool.
This is so hard.
Yeah, that would. It like sounds appealing to kind of lose a lot of modern things. I feel like it would make a lot of stuff more simple, but then again, like we've grown
what would
up
it make
with
more simple?
Basic luxuries.
What would it make more simple?
It would make. I imagine drama wouldn't be as big.
Well, because social connections wouldn't be as big.
I know exactly. It'd be so nice.
I think that's a double-edged sword.
No, definitely double.
Because all of our friend group drama that's going on right now is like gone because we're just not as close with everyone we have.
Right now. I don't think it's not that we wouldn't be as close. It's just that we wouldn't be as instantly connected.
That's true.
I feel like we'd still be just as.
I still think we wouldn't be as close.
I think we'd be close. We just might not be as. It might not be as quick. That we become close. You know. But I genuinely do believe that we would still have like good connections. It would be.
I agree with still have connections and good ones. It's just I just don't think it'd be as close because we wouldn't be hanging out as frequently.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that even if we were hanging out with as much as frequently, we wouldn't be hanging out with our big group as frequently.
Oh, 100%. That would probably only happen like once or twice a year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is because like, just honestly, I can get to John's house in 3 minutes driving, but that's like long enough to where I don't want to walk.
Yeah, that's true. I still drive to church.
I probably wouldn't hang out with John. I honestly probably the only people I'd hang out are like everyone in my neighborhood, where down the street or like just over there. Maybe you. We live close enough to maybe.
Yeah, or Dawson. I'd walk to Dawson's.
Drake.
I'd walk to Drake's house. Oh my god.
Gotta bring back the Drake.
Oh, Drake. Oh man. But yeah, I can see myself walking to like Fred's house and your house and Drake's house and like Tristan's and
realistically, I don't see myself walking to like Drake's house. I know it's close.
It's closer than my house.
Is it?
Yeah. For you?
For me?
Yeah, it totally is.
I don't know. I don't know if it is.
I think it totally is.
Because I have to take a couple turns by Tristan. But you're like a straight line to where I am. He's a couple.
Yeah.
He's a bit on an angle.
But like,
I'll just go down this road and then straight, and I basically get to your house.
yeah. But
That's
then
a
also
15-minute walk because I used to walk home from school. I imagine maybe it's not. Maybe it's not 15 minutes.
I don't know.
But it's around there.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd walk to John's house too.
You'd walk to John's house?
Yeah. Or like Lucy's, also. But I would not walk to Joe's.
Lucy's way close to you. I would not walk to Joe's.
Lucy's not too close to me.
Lucy's probably as close to you as I am to Drake. Dude, you're up the street basically.
Wait,
from
okay,
Lucy.
yeah, maybe
Lucy's up the street.
Maybe
from
Drake
you.
is definitely farther away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I
I'm
see.
saying.
I see. Okay, yeah.
If you're walking to Drake's, you're walking to Lucy's.
I feel like Lucy's. Maybe Lucy's is kind of that far. 'Cause I have to walk across all
That
of Davis.
far?
Yeah, because I have to
You
walk.
just walk
all
up
the...
your street and
I
then
know,
you cross the light.
Yeah, but I have to go all the way.
Not that far.
Oh
up.
wait, yeah, okay, that's not that far.
That is not far at
Okay.
all. I don't know what you're smoking.
Yeah. I was thinking I'd go up by the DATC and then go all the way down.
Why up the what?
I don't know.
That is the longest. Okay.
But yeah.
You see, yeah, I don't think I would go to John's house. I don't think I'd go to Jenny's house, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Jenny?
Jenny's. Or,
If I like
yeah.
that aspect, like that, I wouldn't go to Jenny's house. That changes my life drastically, actually.
Whoa! Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. You would not be the same person.
I would not be the
You
same
would not
person.
be the same person.
Straight up, if technology
Whoa.
was not a thing, and like going to Jenny's house, my life's completely different just from that one person.
Yeah. Wait. How would dating be different?
Dating would be way different.
We'd be like pioneers. We'd have dances, dude. That'd be so fun. Oh my gosh! The more that we talk about this, the more I just want there to be no
technology.
Modern
No
technology.
modern technology.
Gosh, I've said it so many times. I would love to just go live in the mountains, like just go live in
I'm pretty sure you said it on the
a
podcast.
cottage, you know. Like
You
a
did say it on the
cabin somewhere.
podcast
Yeah,
with Emily.
I love that. Just go get away from everything. Just be a dude, you know.
You'd be a good contestant on Alone.
Alone. I don't know about that.
Yeah, have you not watched Alone?
I've watched Alone.
Oh.
It's a great show.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know if I'd be good at surviving, but I'd have fun.
That's what I'm saying. Is you'd be good for like that reason.
Yeah. I'd be
Very nice.
entertaining. I like to imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much as other people, but
Yeah, how would
I'd have
dating
fun with
work? Because I'm like thinking back on my parents, but my parents still had cars. Like that made dating way easier.
that's
just
true.
'cause of
Okay,
cars.
we would still have cars.
Well, not if we're going back to what I said time before cars.
I'm thinking of like 1920. I was thinking of like 18, like 20s.
I'm thinking when were cars invented? I'm thinking
they
before
were
even
invented
cars.
the late 1800s.
Late 1800s.
I believe.
So- I'm thinking like 1850.
That's like right. That's
Or-
pretty
or-
darn close to. Like the pioneers have been in the valley for like maybe 20.
Really?
I think so. I might be.
Is radio even
entirely-
a thing then?
In the 1820s? I don't think so.
Because that's the era I'm thinking of. I'm thinking before cars. I'm thinking before.
So like pioneer. stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's also kind of what I was thinking, actually.
Did they even have electricity in their houses?
No.
No, not in the 1820s.
That is another step back. That is a full step back.
I was still imagining houses like ours, just without the technology stuff.
No, we wouldn't even have drywall.
No.
Yeah. If
Dude.
we're going back to the 1850s, that's like you either had a rock wall or like a wall made out of logs.
Life would be so different.
Life would be so different. We would have to work
When
all
was
day.
like electricity like a common household thing?
whenever river mills were created, which was sometime in the 1800s, I believe. Or maybe I actually don't know. But I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking back to, like, all the movies I've seen within that era, and I just remember lanterns. People had, and candles.
Yeah, life's completely different. Yeah, if we lived in the 1850s, like now, like right here, guaranteed I don't think we're friends.
But what's interesting is if we lived in the if that was what it was like, but it was still now, we would still have the same societal norms. Which means, because back then, dating was entirely different, you know? Like, you couldn't even, like, touch a girl. Or if you're a girl, you couldn't even touch a guy.
That's like, what I'm saying. Okay. Oh. Well, that's what I want to get on the... What was dating like? Because I think, honestly, dating, not too different from now if we have cars.
Yeah. But the way that you would ask would be so different because you'd have.
It would be because it wouldn't be in person. It wouldn't be a text. It wouldn't be.
You could call, but that would also be like, that's still kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it would be different. Honestly, dating I don't see being that different if we have cars. If we're to that point, it's before that where I'm like, how? Maybe okay. Dude. Maybe this is just the thing. Is right now. I think it's just showing how lazy I am. Because walking everywhere to, like, go places, I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't do it. But maybe if I was living in that time period and that's just how we traveled, I'd be more willing.
Honestly, I'm willing now.
Exactly.
I'm
not. I know I'm not. Like, I guarantee wouldn't go to John's house.
But, like, what if we're all hanging out? What if we walk
Honestly,
up there? What if, like, all the people that live down here walked up there together as a group? And that was part of the hangout, was walking. Although, if we had a curfew, which would probably be sooner.
How do you tell time?
Because of
just the sun?
Yeah. Which means we'd probably have a much earlier curfew.
Yeah, you'd have way early curfew.
Our time to hang out would be cut drastically.
Honestly, would my sleep schedule be better? I think my sleep schedule would be better.
Holy cow, yeah. We wouldn't have screens to keep us up all night. We wouldn't have video games. We wouldn't have social media that keeps us awake. We wouldn't be able to text each other super late.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, our sleep schedules would be drastically increased.
Way different, bro. Doesn't even.
Man, it makes me want to live that, dude.
You want to live that?
Yes, that sounds so nice. Be so simple.
So are you like so technology easy. Hater? You think everything that's coming is bad?
No. I love technology.
You think we should revert?
Technology is my dad. I love technology. No, I'm saying like technology is great and I love it and it's one of my favorite things. But I think that life would be so much easier and so much more enjoyable in some aspects if it was less technological.
And I think, honestly, the only aspect where it would be easier, per se, it's like socially. Yeah. Why? What?
I was just thinking about an outro we could use with just
No, I know.
For an intro.
No, that's our intro. I totally. Yeah, that was my first thought.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. What did you even say?
Now you spoiled it. That's the intro.
Ah! Well, they would have already seen it.
They would have already seen it. Okay, what I'm saying. Are you making fun of my laugh? I just want to speak.
No. I'm not. I'm making fun of the way that we were laughing at each other.
No.
Oh man. You know, we originally were gonna talk about things we waste money on, but that is not what ended up happening. Yeah. Hang on, I want to see how far we're into this. Ah, okay, half an hour.
Half an hour? Okay. We can get back onto it eventually. I don't even remember
I
what I
like
was
what
gonna
we're
say,
talking
you
about.
idiot.
I like what we're talking about, though. I think that we should just save it for another time or something. I don't know.
It's part 2 where we
Part
actually
2,
talk
yeah!
about it.
We should do that. Part 2.
What was I even saying?
Yeah, I can't remember. I was too busy laughing.
You're stupid. You're an idiot.
We were talking about how I didn't hate technology because it was my dad.
Oh wait, and then what I was gonna say is how much has technology, like, I think the biggest influence technology is just socially. So how, I had a better way of phrasing this.
Like, technology has influenced the social part of our lives more than anything else.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, yeah, as being consumers of all the many different industries,
All
products,
the medias and whatnot.
basically, the entire point of an economy is to make living better. You know? We have grocery stores so we can get food easier. We have haircutting salons so that we can get our hair cut so we look good. We have clothing stores so that we can feel confident in our clothes. We have cars so that we can travel easier. We don't have to work as hard. We have technology like internet so that we don't have to, like, it's easier and quicker to send emails. It's more efficient, which gives us more money, which is a luxury, right?
It's true.
The entire basis, the entire point, the entire
I
purpose
kind of remember what
of
my point
economy is to
Advance.
increase our quality of life.
Okay, what I was saying is, or what I think my point is, because you're like, oh, I want to go back so bad.
Yeah.
I think, socially things would be way harder back then. But, like, we have medicine now, and we have, like, I think medicine alone, like, just makes life a lot easier now. Because everyone's, like, on something. Like, I don't think you can talk to someone that's not on something.
I'm not.
Whether it's meth or weed.
I'm actually not. I'm not currently taking any medication. I mean, I'll use it regularly, like if I'm in pain.
Okay, exactly. Maybe you're not on a prescribed thing, but you've used ibuprofen.
It's part of your life.
You've used acetaminophen.
For sure. Yeah.
Like,
Tylenol.
I guaranteed there's not one person of our friends, of our probably family, that you can say that's, oh, I've never used medicine like that.
Yeah, everybody in their life.
Everyone has.
Every single person.
200 years ago? No one has.
That's true.
People are dying at 50 because that's normal, because people just die of disease.
Yeah. It's true.
Like...
Yeah, our life expectancy has increased.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's technology, so you take that all away. You take away all modern medicine tomorrow.
We'd be so much more
I would be screwed.
Oh, freaking Lucy and I forgot.
We should have multiple monitors.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Lucy and Rachel, they'd be screwed.
Yeah. Because
holy.
How would you know?
You wouldn't.
Exactly.
They would have no way to survive.
My eczema?
You would have no way to survive.
I would not be alive.
Oh my gosh.
I legit probably would not be alive. Because the amount of times I went to the hospital because of my eczema, because I got infected.
Oh.
I had medicine to help me. Take that away. Honestly, I'm dead. Like, not even joking. I'm dead.
Interesting. I think I'd be chilling.
Would you, though? Because if we're back in the 1800s, we're pioneers.
Well, I did have to
your
get
heart thing.
I got my adenoids. My heart thing is never... I've never had to have surgery, basically.
No, but I'm saying, thing. Like, if
something happened, then yeah.
Now I'm saying, like, if you were back in the pioneer age, where you were forced to walk every single day.
Yeah. Work every single day.
Like, I don't, like, your heart, like, that, I think that would become a much more prominent issue.
That's true.
Maybe I don't know what your thingy is or how it works, but I'd imagine, like, you'd be working a lot more.
I would be working a lot more.
You'd be exerting yourself a lot more.
Yeah. The danger with my heart is, like... That's interesting to think about, because the danger is high impact, because one of the linings in my atriums is thinned, like it's thinned out. That's why I wasn't allowed to do impact sports, because if I got hit hard enough in the chest, it could rupture that.
Oh.
So I can definitely see.
So
myself,
you're more
like,
at risk driving a car than you are pushing a hand cart.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
But at the same time, that could have weakened my heart, because I would have started working more at an earlier age.
That's true.
When the problem was, or the condition was more of a prominent thing.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe working that much would strengthen my heart.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. It's a great question.
It's a different life.
Yeah.
I just know, like, if I was in that time period, I'd be dead.
Yeah, you would be dead.
I'd be dead. I'd be dead.
You'd be dead.
I'm on too many drugs to not live.
Yeah. Whoa, how many how many people in our friend group do you think would have died in childbirth?
Childbirth?
Because...
My sister?
Yeah, I've heard of multiple people who said that, like, they were put in the ICU, or they, like, were...
I don't know.
Like,
none of us have kind of said something like that, have we?
I remember somebody saying that. I know, like, for a fact, my older brother, when he was born, he had the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck.
Yeah, that's exactly what my sister was like. The doctor, like... See, this is crazy. The doctor, like, did, like... What is it called? Not an x-ray. The...
CPR?
Is it CPR?
The...
No. Like, where you just get to see the baby. Ultrasound.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, why can't I see?
Oh, yeah, nobody would know what their baby
Yeah.
was.
Well, I didn't even think about that. That's true. But, like, my mom was, like, a month or so away from my sister's due date.
Uh-huh.
And they did an ultrasound, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh, we need to get her out now.
Oh.
Like, and because of that, they were able to, like, get the umbilical cord off. And obviously, she's alive.
Right, yeah.
But, like, if... Like, you wouldn't know that.
That's true. You'd have no way of knowing.
Like she could have... She probably would have been dead by the time she was born.
Yeah.
If there wasn't technology to tell my mom a month beforehand she needs to be out now.
It's true. There really would be such a decrease in medical understanding.
Well, I guess
Like-
it's also honestly just medical and stuff. It's why population has grown so much in the last 200 years.
That's true. That's
Just
just
we're better at living.
we just got cracked, I guess.
We got built different. We literally built different.
Yeah. I mean, heck, if we look into the future, there's a higher likelihood of, like, I mean, if you think about it, there's always been genetic determination,
Yeah.
so to speak. Like, if you think about people who have genetics that make them look more attractive, then that in some societies is genuinely something people worry about. It's like marrying somebody who also has good genetics, because they want their kids to, like, look good and stuff.
That's true.
But I also can see in the future people having, like, genetic alteration to ensure that their kids are healthy, or that they look a certain
It's
way.
weird.
Which is very, very strange to think about.
Well, how much do you think... I mean, guaranteed 1800s, overpopulation was not a worry of theirs at all.
I think it was.
You think so?
I feel like, because they still dealt with, like, starvation more than ever.
I guess. Yeah, I guess
like,
you're right.
We have definitely still have to worry about starvation in places in the world.
Well, I'm just thinking of,
But-
like China. Like, where they're, like, actively trying to inhibit their population growth.
Then or now?
Now.
Well, yeah, they are.
Exactly, that's my point.
They've had the law where you can only have 2 kids, like, for the longest time.
Yeah, that's my point.
No.
Maybe Thanos was right.
Honestly, we already talked about this, but I freaking love a villain who has an understandable...
No, I know. That's why Infinity War is probably my favorite Marvel movie. Anyway, there's another aspect I was wanting to go with that. Not population, not growth.
I feel like it would be so... Okay, one question I had. You said that social things would be more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they'd
still
be
say
easier. I feel like
just being closer with your community, like my neighborhood.
Well, yeah, you'd be very close to community, but I also feel like communication would be so much more straightforward. You know? Like, there would be next to no room for personal interpretation just because everything's in person and it's really easy to understand because we don't really talk to each other other than letters, which are written out very close to how we would talk to somebody, you know? And during that time frame, I feel like it would be so much easier socially. It would take a lot more effort to get together. It would take a lot more time to communicate without actually talking to each other. But I feel like it would be so much easier. And maybe. I feel like dating would also be a lot easier.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I wonder, an interesting statistic is like, I wonder how much dating apps help. Like, if there was a significant increase when you could find a mate online. What? You didn't like the word mate? You could find... What?
Makes you sound like a freaking...
Good on, mate.
Zoologist or something on humans. A companion.
A companion?
Companion.
Oh, companion. You want me to use companion?
Well, it's better than a mate. Makes it sound like we're primal animals. Yeah, I went to the mall to go find myself a mate.
That is guaranteed how people talked. There are people that talk like that. Probably.
Yeah, but they're weird. They probably lived in the freaking 1850s.
Isn't that the time period we're talking about right now?
I thought we were talking about right now. You were talking about dating apps. Dating apps didn't exist in pioneers. Can you imagine? That would be...
That's what I'm saying. So that's my point. Like,
oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
I'm saying, like, because there's... I think this might be... Because you're kind of for socially would be easier. I'm saying socially would be harder. I think dating...
What about it would be harder?
Because just communication is so easy now.
Yeah.
I think that's would just the lack of ways to communicate, and I think it would just be harder because I can't, like, I would not be communicating with John at all right now.
But do you need to?
This is the point I'm trying to make.
Like, it'd be nice to be able to talk to him instantly
without
actually being in person.
Well, but I'm saying just without that, I don't think me and John are as close.
I still disagree with that.
Okay, let me finish my point. If there's a drastic increase of couples getting together through like dating apps or something,
yeah,
I think that would kind of prove if things were easier or harder socially with... I don't know. Now I'm seeing both sides.
I see what you're saying. It's never been easier to connect with people. Never, ever has it been easier. But just because it's easier to connect with people, I don't feel like our connections would be less...
I still...
good.
I agree. Because I don't think... with Fred, who's just down the street, I don't think my connection would be any worse with him.
Yeah.
But I feel with John, and maybe even you, I don't think it would be as good. Because we use texting so much just to get together.
Yeah.
So, like, I would... Because I just text John. I'm like, hey, let's hang out, and he'll come down. Or I'll go up. Like, we don't even have that. To where if I wanted to go hang out with Fred, yes, it takes a lot more effort.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of with my point is, like, I think I'm just lazy. Where, like, I don't think I'd make the effort to go walk up to John's house and hang out. Mm-hmm. Which, that would not make us closer. Like, just, obviously, in person is better than over text.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you keep laughing at me when I'm talking?
No, I just realized something. Because before we started this podcast, we decided, okay, are we either going to talk about things we waste money on are reality then versus now.
Oh my gosh,
And
this is
we've
the reality
totally-
versus now
we've
episode.
Totally done reality.
Oh my
then versus
gosh.
now,
I
without
didn't even
meaning
realize
to.
that.
So maybe.
Maybe I'm just gonna retitle the episode.
Yeah, maybe we just retitle the episode.
Should we just like take a pause and then we make the intro right here and then I just edit it?
No, that's literally when we're done. We should just redo the intro and say like.
That's actually, dude, with the reality. That's so funny because you told me that topic. And I'm like, I don't even know how I would talk about that.
So
This is
funny.
exactly what we're talking about.
Wow, we just know. We just know what's good, I guess.
We knew what we really wanted to talk about.
Clearly. That's crazy.
Wow,
Wow, good for us.
I don't even know how to transition the intro though.
We
This
could
is
do
editing.
like a hard cut, like, and then we can say, "Hey guys," like it could be like an entirely different setting, like in a different room.
Oh, that's actually really
We'd be
funny.
like, "Hey guys, like for this episode, we're gonna be talking about reality then versus now, but in the actual recording, we mixed up the title or something like that,
Okay,
and then it'll just cut to when we start."
we'll figure it out. I like that. I like that.
But yeah, I just thought that was kind of goofy. What were you saying?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
You cut me off again.
Yeah, this is the second time.
I keep saying my thoughts and then you just give me like the little.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Your mom's a cucumber.
My mom's a cucumber?
Yeah. I know what I said.
What was I saying? Was it just me? I don't think I'd be as close with people. It's probably just that.
I can see what you're saying, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like we can't compare it. It would be very different connections, because in this world where we like easily connect, the kind of connections we have is like, oh, I can hang out with them if I want to, or I could just not. You know, like I could go and I could have a serious talk with them, or I could just not. Like I have the power to do both. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas back then, I feel like it'd be a different connection because it'd be like, oh my gosh, I get to go see my friends. Like, I've been working so hard. I've been working on my farm, you know.
Yeah.
I've been feeding my pigs. I've been riding my horse and plowing the fields and stuff, you know. And I finally get to go and just relax and
Do you think there's
have
not a bit
dance
of
and
that
stuff.
now, though?
What?
Do you not feel like that at all when you're getting off of work at your burger place?
I do, but not at all to the same extent, because even while I'm working, I have chances to text you guys and communicate. So I feel like I definitely feel like the type of connection we'd have would be very, very different. But I feel like
Very, very... I don't know.
I feel like we would still be just
I think me and... I again, I see what you're saying, but I think me and Fred are kind of the best example of this. Because literally, we've been hanging out our entire lives.
Yeah.
He moved in when he was 1, 2. I was
Uh-huh.
3, 4.
Yeah.
I think we was 3. We have a picture of him when I was 3 and he was 2.
Yeah.
Maybe even 1. He's baby. I forget. I'm like 2 years older than him. Anyway, but like, we legit have hung out our entire lives. And honestly, a good, probably first 5, maybe even 10, not 10, like 5, 8 years, technology was not as prevalent now. There weren't iPads. There weren't much. Guarantee, if you asked him, like, what we did as kids, we would jump on his trampoline every single day.
Oh.
Like, legit, every single day. And I think that's, like, just the most genuine, like, in-person thing I've had. Because it really was, I want to hang out. I'd go up to his house. He wants to hang out. He'd knock on my door. Can you hang out? Like, there was no texting beforehand or nothing. And that's why it feels so much like, oh, easy, I could do it with Fred. I don't think I'd do it with John, who just lives farther away, even though he's like a 3-minute drive.
Yeah.
4 to 5 minute drive. So, but saying all of that, I wouldn't say our connection now is any worse because we can text and stuff now.
Yeah.
In some ways, I think it is better. And actually, I think it helped bring us back together. Because there was a little period in... He was still in elementary and I was going to junior high. So it was just getting to that age gap where, I mean, realistically, 2 years is not a lot, but when you're in elementary and junior high and you're becoming a teenager, like, that 2 years is a lot, at least in that phase of life.
That's totally
so we were very different for that little bit.
Yeah.
And only because we were able to text each other were we be able to come back in high school. And he was able to kind of join our friend group and stuff. And I got really close with him again.
Yeah. That's understandable.
So I get what you're saying. Because I do believe, like, it is... Any person I am hanging out with in person, I'm going to have a better connection and relationship with than someone I exclusively text.
Yeah.
I even have an example of that. There was a girl I met at a regional dance. And for whatever reason, she, like, trusted the heck out of me. And she had, like, told me her entire life story over text. And I was like, oh, I'm flattered. But, like, I just didn't feel anything. Right, she was, like... She was just someone I was texting. Like, I feel bad saying I wouldn't really consider her a friend. But, like... I texted her exclusively.
Yeah, that's...
That's why I think, like, the in-person stuff, what you're saying, I think is 100% true. It's just, now it's so much easier to get in person because of texts and media.
Yeah, that's true.
And because of that, I'm closer to people like John and you.
Yeah, I agree. There's no promise that without the use of technology, even if we hung out as a group, we wouldn't have the same type of connection.
No. I guarantee I wouldn't be friends with Drake.
Yeah.
Drake would have been... like, you have your band friends, guarantee. Don't you have band friends?
Yeah, but...
But, like, you don't talk to them outside of band.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, that would have been me and Drake for wrestling.
Yeah, I see.
I would have gone to wrestling practice every day, hung out, talked with Drake, and then go home. And that's honestly how it was for me and Drake, like 7th, 8th grade. Like, we saw each other wrestling practice, we talked a bunch, and then it wasn't until 9th grade where we got close. Because we even had a class together, and it's web development. And it's like when you know that person, and you're like, hey, you're in that class with me, but then you, like, don't really end up talking to them at all.
Yeah.
That's kind of what me and Drake were in web development in 9th grade.
Yeah,
I would say what you, like, until, like, the jewelry group happened, I imagine that's probably what you and Luke were.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Where you're like, hey, I know each other, we're in the same friend group. But, like, realistically, you guys probably would have kept to yourselves in that class.
Yeah. That's true. I totally would have not, like, done anything about that if he wasn't in the group. Not that I wanted not to do anything.
Yeah, it's just, you just naturally wouldn't have.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
So that's kind of the point I'm making. I don't think our friend group would be near, like, the same at all. I bet if life was like that, I bet my friends would probably be, like, the people in my ward.
Yeah.
Just because they're close and I could walk over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that'd be the same for me.
Socially, yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I'd even, like... I feel like I'd probably still be in the group because of, like, Emily, but then again, maybe Emily wouldn't.
Well, Emily lives close by you.
I know.
The distance between you and Emily is probably the same between me and Tristan.
If we had started life in, like, the 1850s, I don't even know if I would have been friends with anybody from over
That's
here.
what I'm saying. That's why I put you in that category. I don't know if how close of friends we would be.
That's crazy.
You and Emily could have been friends.
Oh, we definitely would have been.
And me and Fred would have been friends.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But even though we're a neighborhood apart, I don't know how close friends we would be.
That's crazy. I feel like... But then again, I feel like we very easily could have just walked to each other's houses.
Oh, very easily, but our only contact would have been through school.
Yeah.
Which we would have had to walk to school.
Well, like, I also feel like it would have taken only one party for us to realize how fun everybody was, and then that would start the group. I also believe that. It wouldn't take a lot for our group to start if we met each other. Obviously, it would take people.
It would take
brave
so much
enough
more
to connect the two worlds.
It would be It would take so much more effort because it would have to be. I would have to walk to Fred's house, to Tristan's house, to then all the way to your house and Emily's house.
Well, no, you don't have to do that. We can just like, if there's a general like gathering, like maybe some sort of church thing or a community thing, you just say, "Hey guys, when are you free to hang out?" And then everybody will meet up at somebody's house, whichever.
Maybe there would be more of a reliability when planning.
What do you mean?
Like, because you can text now. This happens all the time where you're like, hey, meet at my house. And like some people just will say they come, but then they don't or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
If the meetings were so much more rare and then you planned them in person, and maybe there would be more of a, oh, I'll keep my word.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it would still work out between our big group. I don't think it would work out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Our group wouldn't be 15 people. You think you...
Realistically, no, but I have hopes that it would be.
I mean, yes, I have hopes it would be too. I like the thought of not being friends with John and Emily and you. Like, yeah, I don't like that thought either.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I want to believe we would all be friends, but logistically, I don't know how real that is. Because in this world where you can't communicate as much, your social circle and your social opportunities, I just think, are way more limited already.
Yeah.
And I just would see kind of everyone in our group right now would end up being like, oh, my friend from math and my friend from jewelry and whatnot.
Yeah. That's true. I still think it'd be fun to live.
After all of that,
I still think
it'd be interesting.
Oh yeah.
It'd definitely be interesting.
Oh, sorry, I'm probably wearing a fat frame.
I guess bottom line is I as hard. It's so fascinating because there's so many different trials that technology and stuff has brought. Because I mean, what depression and has skyrocketed since social media.
Yes.
Like stuff like that. Like there's just a whole new set of trials. Like we're not dying because we're crossing the plains of America anymore. We're dying because social media is stupid. They're just different problems.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting how different reality then versus now is.
Yeah. Indeed.
Indeed.
I've loved... I don't know why, but there's such a big... Maybe it's because I watched Pride and Prejudice last night. Freaking Keira Knightley. Hot take. Her sister is hotter than her.
Is this the 2005 version?
Yeah.
The one we're watching in English?
Yeah.
Who's her sister?
Jane.
The blonde?
Yeah. Anyways, that's not the point. what I'm trying to say is like that kind of era really speaks to me. Like I would love to live in Great Britain.
I agree. I'd like to live there just for fascination and knowledge.
I'd like to live it, dude.
Live it.
To live it. For that to be my life. That would be so fun. I mean, as long as I'm rich.
As long as you're rich. As long as I'm well off.
If I'm not rich, I'm kind of screwed, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the time period I'm in. I'm grateful for the time period I'm in.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Maybe it is because of the
100%.
fact where I'm like, oh, if I was in a different time period, I'd literally be dead. But
yeah,
I'm it would be more of like, oh, I'd like to live a week, maybe a month in the past and then come back. I don't want it to be my life. just to know what it was like and get up, because I am fascinated by it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, anyway, that is reality
Wow.
then versus now.
Yes.
The actual topic of this episode.
Well, it is the topic that we chose from the beginning, naturally.
Obviously.
From the intro.
Uh-huh.
Bye.